and snap it. Ultimately, martial art means honestly expressing yourself.
Dragon whips his tail.
The war cry was unmistakable. It needed no translation. His fists and feet did most of the talking. And his face became recognized around the world. The greatest martial artist, Bruce Lee.
When you hear the word martial arts, you think Bruce Lee. And that's not just in America, that's globally. People think Bruce Lee because he embodied the martial spirit, the true spirit of the martial arts.
You could feel the room come alive when Bruce bounded in. Bruce never walked into a room, he entered a room.
Bruce was irritating, fun, stimulating, exciting, charismatic, cocky, genius.
He was good looking, he was muscular, he was fast. He's extremely articulate and extremely high IQ.
If there's any irony in all of this about the greatest, is that he demythologized particular martial arts.
There would not be Ninja Turtles, there would not be Karate Kids, there would not be Chuck Norris, there would not be Steven Seagal, there would not be Jackie Chan, there would not be Jean-Claude Van Damme had it not been for Bruce Lee. He was the one who didn't just, you know, open the door. He created the portal through which all these people passed.
On screen, Bruce Lee was larger than life. In person, he was just 5'7", 140 pounds, and nearsighted. Despite his size, his impact was huge. Today, thousands of martial artists around the world study the legendary Bruce Lee style. The camera loved Bruce Lee, and Bruce Lee loved being in front of the camera, so much so that he used the first generation of home video to shoot these black and white tapes of his backyard training sessions. They show off the speed, power, and agility that made him a supreme martial artist. But Bruce Lee's true greatness sprang from his ability to do as much with his head and heart as he did with his fists.
Okay, now let's run it back and see what happens.
Bruce was definitely a fighter, but he was underneath a very deep person rooted in philosophies that went back thousands of years. He was a very old soul come to visit us for a short time.
San Francisco, 1940. It was the year of the dragon. In a Chinatown hospital on November 27th, a healthy baby boy was born. His father was a Chinese viewing in Hong Kong. The autopsy revealed that Bruce died from cerebral edema, a swelling of the brain.
It was ruled to be a death that was caused by hypersensitivity to a medication that Bruce had been given for a headache. It's so extremely rare that this kind of thing happens. What it's like is an allergy to, say, penicillin.
Bruce Lee's final resting place was Seattle, the city where he first taught his way of martial arts. The pallbearers were family, friends, and movie stars Steve McQueen and James Coburn.
Thank you. May peace be with you.
The tickets that Warner Brothers had sent to Bruce and Linda to come for the opening, they were going to be on The Tonight Show. were the tickets that I used to bring Linda and the children back to Seattle for the funeral. The film opened 2 weeks later. I was still in Los Angeles, actually finishing up business when the film opened, and the lines in front of the now Mann's Chinese Theater up on Hollywood Boulevard stretched down the street and around the corner. It was quite an amazing sight. And obviously, because of all of the publicity surrounding his death, there was, I'm sure, an additional buzz and enthusiasm about the film. But the film came out to very, very good reviews, and the box office was phenomenal.
I did attend the premiere of Enter the Dragon, and the theater was decorated with Chinese dragons, and it was wonderful. And yes, it was very sad and very sweet, very rewarding. It's even more rewarding now that 25 years later that Enter the Dragon has become the classic of the genre. And I think that Bruce would be very satisfied with that.
Enter the Dragon stands as a benchmark of martial arts filmmaking. 25 years after the premiere, Warner Brothers re-released the movie in a special home video edition. Several minutes cut from the original print were restored, scenes that give insight to Bruce's philosophy of martial arts.
When the opponent expands, I contract. When he contracts, I expand. And when there is an opportunity, I do not hit. It hits all by itself.
Bruce Lee's legacy lived on with his children. Brandon was well on his way to stardom when he was accidentally shot during the filming of The Crow. Fans wondered if the Lee family was cursed.
Everybody asks about the family curse. People want to know, do I believe that it exists? I don't believe in a curse. If I did, it would be hard for me to leave my house in the morning or pursue any of the things that I wanted to pursue. I'd be afraid to dream in a lot of ways. And so I don't put any stock in that. I am very much grounded in the fact that my brother's accident was an accident, very much explainable, which makes it more horrific in a lot of ways. And, you know, that my father's death was also, you know, an accident and just happened when it happened and took a lot of people by shock. And the fact that Brandon followed in a tragic way like that as well, you know, makes it seem like some crazy, you know, coincidence, ill-fated destinies and that sort of thing. But, you know, who's to say exactly what the heavenly plans are and what forces are at work? And I just continue to live my life and in their, hopefully in their example.
Now, Bruce's daughter Shannon has her own movie career, hoping that lightning will strike twice. Her first big film was produced by the same Hong Kong company that made her father's movies.
I think Bruce can be considered the greatest, not because of how high he could kick or hard he could punch or how well he could tell a joke. You know? I think it was more and deeper than that. Bruce was the greatest because of the level of intellectual and spiritual awareness that he had achieved in his life, which led him to make great accomplishments and to share those achievements, not only to benefit his own life, but to inspire and motivate others to do their best.
He was the first Asian actor to be put center stage in a Western film and allowed to be the hero that triumphs at the end. You're talking about an industry where they had John Wayne playing Genghis Khan. Come a long way.